British Columbia, Canada's Pacific province. One of the most diverse ecosystems on the planet. A place many desire to live. It is our home. It has adventure waiting, and great intrigue. And the greatest mystery of all, the Sasquatch. Going back over a century, reports of this elusive creature have been made throughout this province. Today, there is little photographic evidence, although some would dispute that and say yes, there is. We say nay, there is not. And that's where we come in. We travel British Columbia and explore to hopefully capture that image, that definitive proof the Sasquatch is real. Many of you are already convinced. There are a lot of tall tales, taller than the largest trees of this majestic land. We wait, we travel, we explore. Patience is definitely our virtue. Welcome to this episode of Monster of the Woods, the Sasquatch, in British Columbia, Canada. This time around, we travel to 3 locations. The first one, Manning Park, a national park. The second location, Sasquatch Park, a provincial park. And the final location, a research forest in the Lower Mainland. What do all of these locations have in common? They are where people have claimed seeing or thought they heard the ever-elusive Sasquatch. Long before this highway, and well before the first explorers and pioneers came to this land, the first peoples foraged, hunted, and thrived in this forest. There were legends of the mountain giants, that should you come upon them, your fate was sealed, for they were cannibals and violent. That is a legend. Today, Manning Park is full of mystique, and some people claim disappearances of humans. Yes, there have been some. Most of these, of course, are people getting into trouble because they're novices in the forest, not understanding survival in this setting. So, if you're traveling, here's a very strange one for you. It is spring 2021. A young couple head up to Cascade Lookout in Manning Park. The road going farther up is closed due to conditions. They walk around 600 feet past the barricade that stops traffic and see something standing in the middle of the road. They're stunned. It's large, brown, shaggy, and it's motioning to them to follow it. They are completely blown away and move quickly back to their car. Here is that location. So what did they see? Now these people, for what it's worth, as we say, when we deem it so, are sincere. When they told us this, There was certainly sincerity in their voice and their demeanor. We will not cover a story of people are trying to pull the wool over our eyes. These people saw something, describing it as 7 feet tall, and the fact it motioned to them to follow was creepy. What did they see? There are mysteries in Manning Park, most easy to understand. But sometimes creepy things happen up here. Manning Park. Here is another location within the boundaries of Manning Park, where once again high strangeness is taking place. 3 people hear distant sounds. Now they know the difference between wolves and coyotes. This was much different. They say they heard the sound, and then a pause, another sound from a distant area. And this went on for around 5 minutes. It was like the creatures, or whatever they were communicating back and forth. In 30 years of traveling and exploring BC, they have never heard anything like it. If you encounter such a thing, please turn on your phone and record the sound. This will help identify what they were hearing. We do not think it was a moose, an elk. From their description, which I will not try to convey to you here, it was most unusual. Once again, if you hear it, make every effort to record it. That is important. Sasquatch Provincial Park, early summer 2022. A man is taking a hike up a creek, which is near the entrance to the park. He's done this many times before. He has lived in Harrison Village for over 22 years, and something happens unexpected. Up ahead on the creek, he sees something standing perfectly still. He calls out, thinking it's a person. Good morning? No response, but a loud howl. He describes it as terrifying. Suddenly, whatever it is, he's unable to discern if it's human or not. It's still low light early in the morning. It crashes up the creek bed, and he's unnerved, thinking, oh my gosh, did I just see a Sasquatch? He never believed they were real. This is the area. Sasquatch Provincial Park, aptly named, or perhaps folklore. The individual, mature, sincere, retired, and not interested in concocting some ridiculous story to impress us. To be clear, he is not saying he saw a Sasquatch. It was something he's never seen before. It may have been a hoax. We have to say that because you just don't know. There were no cars where he parked, so if it was a person they had to walk in. That's not impossible, because close to the park there are people that live there, and some that have summer homes. Still, it's a fascinating story, and certainly we believe he's telling us the truth. Draw your own conclusions. Maybe Sasquatch Park is living up to its name. Maybe. This is a research forest located in southern British Columbia. It is operated by a university to conduct studies into the ecology and environment of the area. They deploy game cameras to capture wildlife. It is open to the public with some restrictions. Two people, a husband and wife, were walking right here when they saw something absolutely amazing. Standing just up there, a tall, hair-covered creature. They called out, and it moved quickly into the brush, crushing its way through the forest. They were startled, and not quite sure if they had just seen a Sasquatch, which incidentally they never believed to be real. Was it a hoax? Not likely. This was on a weekday in the spring. So, we wonder if those game cams captured anything. And we are not trying to create a conspiracy. Although, there's a lot of rumors about what goes on up here. Parties. Shenanigans of university students. This is that area. It's a fairly large area, incidentally. And we've been here many times, and there's been a couple other stories we've talked about where people have claimed hearing something, and even seeing something in the distance. Remember, there are bears around here. The mystery is somewhat profound. The greatest mystery of all is how many people are misleading others when it comes to this subject. Mainstream Bigfoot channels of America, and some in Canada even, create things that are certainly misleading, if not downright untrue. For us, truth is our mantra. Truth over fiction, always. Maybe that's why our numbers are so very low. We're not trying to sell you anything. Take, for instance, recent events on Vancouver Island, in this most beautiful setting. People have been reporting hearing what they believe to be a Sasquatch. There are timber wolves present, and bears. And sometimes the locals love to prank the tourists, creating an event that may seem strange and squatchy, but it is not. You see, folks, people want mystery. They don't want the mundane. Up in the interior British Columbia scene here, there's plenty of mystery. Some is very ominous, disappearing people, and strange goings-on. Well, you'll find that anywhere. Most of it, highly exaggerated. It is safe out there. But we remind you, eyes open, cameras ready, because you never know what you're going to come upon. You never know. Until next time, stay safe. Thanks for watching. Over and out.